Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is HaydenRaven, and welcome back to Disturbed. So we're gonna hope to finish this whole game, and where we left off was we finally got the flower for the ghost that we needed. He gave us that little hint about the flower in the cave, so we're gonna go find him once more. So we're going to inspect the grave. The ghost appears before you. Without hesitation, you reach for the flower to give to the spirit. The spirit grabs the flower from your hand as you extend it to him. You feel a subtle breeze blow by as the figure fades away with the flower. A faint whisper dances about the air. I am free at last. You feel a sense of relief within you, and you reach for the sword. You now wield this special sword. You look at the pile of rocks that used to house the sword you now have. You feel honored to wield the sacred weapon. So, I'm assuming that this sword has the power to destroy whatever crystal is on top. Or perhaps the spider or something. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the crystal, and hopefully this sword can finally vanquish such evil. You've made your way to the top of the tower. Before you, the stone is of power resting upon the altar of rock. Dark vines have entangled the structure as if it were feeding off the energies of the stone. But it begins to tremble, sapping away at the energy. Destroy the stone. You grasp your sword with a firm grip and swing the might to destroy the stone. The sword explodes into pieces as light bursts from the stone. You tremble in shock, and the sword begins to feed off your fear. You can feel your life slipping away, and you fall to the ground. Everything becomes black, and your mind drifts away into nothing. You die a quick yet painful death. Your adventure ends here. So let's go to the far door. I know that's where the spider is, but let's see if we can vanquish it. Before you can even act, a large spider falls from above. You have no doubt that it is hungry. Without hesitation, the spider attacks you. You pull out the sword and stab the spider as it lunges at you. Over and over again, you stab the monster. Each time it squeals in pain. The spider flees into the darkness overhead. You hear it motioning about, possibly to strike again. You notice the key on the ground close by your feet. Before more trouble happens, you quickly grab the key and make it for the door. Awesome, so that's the key for the chest upstairs, I believe. Okay. Open the chest. Approaching the chest, you notice that there's a lock fastened to it. With the key you found earlier, you try to open the lock. The lock clicks loose and you open the chest. You discover a small wooden harp resting in the linen cloth. I knew it. That's what we're going to use to charm the beast downstairs. You take the harp and close the chest. Go back downstairs. Go downstairs. I can't remember. Is it down? Yeah, it's downstairs. Through the middle door, through the cages, and this is where the beast will appear. Before you can do anything, a large hound leaps in front of you. The beast doesn't look very vicious, but one wrong move can surely be the end of you. You pull out the harp and begin to pluck at the strings. The hound begins to wag its tail. To your surprise, the beast walks away as if it were charmed by the harp because of the reading of the books upstairs in the wizard's library or something. You never give it much thought how powerful music can be. Oh, it's true. I wish there was background music because this game is very engaging and it can be a little stale without the music, but it gives the present sounds more meaning. Let's go to the right and the left because that's open. You open the door to find a skeleton positioned in the corner of the room. There's also a bed and some chains attached to the wall. You have no doubt this individual was locked up for a very long time. Inspecting the skeleton, you notice a ring on one of the bone fingers. There's a faint glow of light emanating from the ring, as if it were magical. You may find such a ring useful. You take the ring and put it on with a perfect fit. Seeing that there's nothing of interest here, you leave the cell. Thank you for being patient with me. I had an alarm clock go off and I totally forgot about it. So let's continue on. No copyrighted music, by the way. Just nice wake-up tunes. You enter the cell on the right. You see a wooden table on its side, some debris on the floor, and a large hole in the corner of the room. Seeing nothing special, you motion toward the hole. You discover a passageway underground. Unfortunately, all you can see is fallen rock blocking the way through. Seeing that there is little you can do, you go back to where you came. We'll go ahead and move. You find yourself in what looks like a basement. Okay, we've heard about this. So what did we get other than the ring? There was something in the readings about a positioning of stones of great power. So I'm not really sure what to do at this point. So here's something new. You pause to see that there's a lake nearby. The trail continues on to your right. Continue along the trail. We're going to skip the fish. Aha! I knew it. The Stonehenges. Stonehenges. The faint trail comes to an end. There's a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. Inspect the stone pillars. Right here in the middle is where you put some sort of powerful vessel, I believe. You stand before the large stones arranged in the shape of the circles. In the center of the stone is what appears to be some sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed here. Seeing that you can't do anything, you head back. Okay, so I need to find another stone of some sort. You find yourself gazing over the grass field with hills rolling off into the distance. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It disappears out of sight before you can do anything. Unsure of what's going on, you think of a way to tame the beast. You suddenly remember the harp you found earlier. With the harp in hand, you pluck the strings. The soothing calm comes over you as you listen. The unicorn comes into view and stomps before you. The unicorn gazes at you, and you begin to hear a faint voice in your head. Human, have ear for my words. A great evil has gripped these lands and has rendered me powerless. You must find some way to stop it. I wish I could help you, but without my full power I can do little. The fate of this land depends on you. Before you could speak, the unicorn turns and runs off again. You realize that you are alone to complete this quest of yours. This is no longer about saving your farm. You must save the whole land from the spreading darkness. You turn back as you question what you should do next. Faint trail comes to an end. There's a collection of stone pillars. I feel like the ring needs to be in there. Oh my goodness. The orb at the bottom of the lake where the fish ate me earlier is supposed to be placed in the middle of the Stonehenge. Okay. Yeah, that thing. There's something strange about it. It's calling to you. Da 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 da. We're gonna dive in. Hopefully we'll kill the fish and it won't just eat us. There's a dirt fish. You grab. Okay, here's what's different this time. Instead of it just devouring us, you grab your sword and hold it close, pointed at the fish. The fish swims at you with haste. Just as it gets within range, you thrust the sword into the top of the mouth. The sword penetrates and goes through the forehead of the fish. It struggles about in pain, and blood filters through the water. You pull the sword out, and the fish retreats out of sight. You doubt it will live long. With the fish no longer a threat, you make your way to the orb. Holding it in your hands, you feel it vibrate, as if some energy inside it is trying to break loose. This must be important. Because of the lake with the orb in your possession. Morning. I'm sorry. Okay, so now we can put the orb in the center. Remember the orb you found in the floor of the lake nearby. Place the orb in the slot carved into the center of the rock. The stones that surround it begin to glow. The light radiates and grows brighter. With a flash of light, your surroundings change. The ground no longer is grass. The newly discovered floor appears to be a very old, as if crafted by somebody long ago. Rubble and stone near the edges of the platform also hint that this is an ancient place. Looking onward at the end of the pathway is a fountain of light. There seems to be no beginning or end, and endless power is steadily flowing. You're amazed at such a sight. Approach the light. The light intrigues you and you walk towards it. Rays of light brush about you as if they are seeking to break away from its home. You remember the ring you have found and point it toward the light. Your hand trembles as light flows into it. Before you can think, the ring begins to burn and you stumble back. Light shines brightly from the ring. You notice a subtle warmth You notice a subtle warmth to it, as you observe. You feel that you accomplished what you've done here. You pick up the orb. With the orb back in your possession, you walk back towards the trail. So I'm assuming that we powered the ring in some way. And now we're able to do something else in the tower. Maybe perhaps finally destroy that crystal. Again, I'm not sure. And I really hope that this is the end. So I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the top of the tower once more, and hopefully this time it won't kill us. You have made it to the top of the tower. Before you use the stone of power, resting upon the altar of rock. Dark veins, dark vines entangle the structure as if they were feeding off the energies of the stone. Sapping away at your energy, destroy the stone. You stretch forth your fist and point the ring at the stone. You can feel a resistance as if the stone is trying to defend itself. You try to keep hope and focus on the ring. A burst of light shoots from the ring, penetrating the stone. You feel the very air shake about, the ground beneath your feet begins to vibrate. The ring becomes heavier to hold in place, but you know it is working. You feel confidence and a sense of joy sweep over you. The light intensifies, nearly blinding you. The ground beneath you shakes violently as the tower itself was trying to stop you. Little fear in you becomes powerless as you focus on your task. Everything goes white, blinding you completely. A weird sensation comes over you, and you feel as light as a feather. You begin to feel a tingling sensation all over your body as you hone your senses. The feeling suddenly flees your body, and you feel yourself motionless. Everything is cold, and your ability to concentrate begins to leave you. You open your eyes, witnessing what is left of the tower. You begin to feel something. Warmth. Light. It is coming back. You lack the strength to talk as the unicorn comes into view. Light emanates from the horn of its head. All you can do is smile as the creature approaches. The light intensifies. You may have saved the land, but the unicorn has come to save you. Your adventure does not end here. All unicorns and rainbows achievement. And I think that is the end of the game. I gotta say, this has been a wonderful game. It's really something that challenges you, and it punishes you, but it drives you to make the right choices and explore and find a way. Mr. Bradmore, what a wonderful game. Thank you so much for it. Let me see if there's any credits that I might be able to roll. It doesn't appear like there is. But again, Mr. Bradmore, such a wonderful twist on the black and white nature of games that makes you focus on the narrative, and it's really wonderful. Thank you so much for this game. Guys, thank you again so much for watching. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like or comment down below. And as always, I'm afraid that we've reached the end of our time. Thank you so much for watching once more. And I hope you have a good evening and a good morning. I'll see you soon.